Okay, so we're going to have a look at doing a little project on the black paper pad with some Coloursoft pencils. So we're going to have a go at drawing a nice red pepper. So we're going to start off using the cloud blue pencil, and with this we're going to start putting in the basic shape of the pepper. Because we're drawing on black paper, we're going to use the lighter pencil first. It's kind of like the drawing in reverse, really, because you've already got the dark shadow of the paper, so you're starting by putting in the highlights. So we'll just quickly draw in the rough shape of a pepper. It doesn't have to be too accurate, but it's just a nice little sketch. And we'll be going back all over everything, so to make the details and everything show up. There we go, there's our basic shape. Okay. And whilst we've got the light blue pencil on the go, we're going to shade in some of the highlights that you can see on the pepper. So where the light's hitting the pepper, we're going to use the blue for that highlight. So I'm just going to gently, with the side of the point, add in some highlights around the edges. Where the light's coming from behind. A little bit of light bouncing off the tops of the curves. Okay. Right, now we're going to take the red pencil and gently cover the whole, well, basically really lightly over the whole of the pepper. This is going to give us the sort of dark tone of red that we're going to have as the base. So we're going to cover absolutely everywhere with this. It's part of the pepper. And that'll give us the darkest tone of red that we're going to use in this drawing. We're going to be layering up quite a few layers on this, so don't worry too much about the marks that you're leaving. Just make sure it's nice and light. Okay, and we can see a basic little pepper on the go. Right, we're going to then work into the highlights a little bit more with the light blue colour. Just start bringing them out in a bit more detail. Bring some around there. We're going to pick up the yellow now. That's a deep cadmium Coloursoft pencil. We're just going to start adding some yellow tones to the pepper. You'll see how it starts to mix with the red and the white, blend in a lovely warm colour. We'll use it for a little bit of a highlight there as well, quite as harsh as the white. Just blend in all around there, and we'll take it to the next bit of pepper flesh and start building up some depth to the pepper here. So we're just gently going round, adding bits of yellow there. You can see the shape beginning to become more 3D as we add in different tones. Yellow there. Okay. Okay, next thing we're going to do is put a little base layer of the indigo pencil on the stalk of the pepper. So we're going to build up a green colour by mixing the indigo and the yellow, but first of all we'll start with the indigo and I'll colour the stalk in with that. Okay, take the yellow or the deep cadmium and we're going to go over the top, and you should see it starting to create a nice green colour there. And particularly mix it in around the top edge there so that we get a lighter green, and leave it quite dark around the bottom edge where it will be in the shadow. What we can do is just go back over again just to make sure those bits are dark enough green. And basically you can keep going over that, mixing your colour until you're happy with the green that you've got there. I think we'll just add a little bit of the cloud blue onto that stalk as well, just to bring out the light on the left hand side there. You can see when you're adding that it starts to blend the colours together as well. Right, so we're going to take the red pencil here and I'm going to start building up the red colour all over the pepper. I need to start making it really kind of come alive with colour. And go around all the highlights there and blend it into the yellow and the white colour. We can go over with those colours again and just bring out the highlights in a little while. I'm going to keep this section here quite dark because that's where there's quite a lot of shadow in the shape of the pepper. And all the way around here as well, keep that pretty dark. We then go back over the top with the red, with the yellow there, so that we can build up a nice orange colour. And swap back to the red again. You can see when you keep adding the layers, the colour that you get becomes a lot more vivid and warmer, more depth to it because you've got the layers underneath. So that side's looking pretty nice. We'll have to do the same to the other side as well. But first, I think what we'll do, so you can see how we're going to make this pop off the page a little bit more, we're going to use the indigo. Start to work into that little shadow area there with a bit of indigo. And along the bottom. Gives us a little bit of different, you know, a nice colourful tone rather than just the black of the page. And we can mix a little bit of red into that as well. Okay. Right, so we're going to do that same kind of system over the next part of the pepper as well. Just keep going. We're going to add layers of red to the main body of the pepper. Really start layering over there to get nice bright red coming up. The great thing about Coloursoft pencils and why they work so well on the black paper is because they do release a lot of colour with little pressure. So they really, really work together beautifully. really nice and soft, so they blend together well as well, so you can mix colours on paper simply by layering over each other. A bit more yellow in that orangey colour, and we'll just darken it off with a bit more red, I think. Okay. Right, same on this side, we're going to need a bit of purple just to pull that shadow in at the bottom there. Put that around the top of the pepper as well. Do that. And then we'll just add a few little highlights with the white, just where the light's maybe a bit brighter, just to get it. Right, then we just need to finish off the back parts there in exactly the same manner. So we're adding red. They are a little bit less defined because they're in the background, so we'll just a little bit of highlight, add some yellow over the top. I think we're almost there. Let's have a little, just go over everywhere with a little, just to make sure that the pepper's red enough. Bring out that area in particular, I think. And then what we'll do, just to make sure this is finished off nicely, I'm just going to go over the bottom little outline, make sure that's covered over, because that wouldn't be white. Oops. Get the red, we'll go back over into that, blend that in. And then we'll just lay a little bit of red around underneath the pepper, just a vague shadow or casting of the colour onto a surface, so it's not just floating about mid-page. And we'll just layer over that with a little bit of indigo. And there you have it. And so there you go, you've had a little try at drawing on the black paper pad using Coloursoft pencils, see how they work together really well.